Thank you for taking time out with PSOA. This week's basketball training tape will revolve in evaluation of a game. Our agenda will talk about crew evaluation, followed by self-evaluation, and then grade each possession with a mentor. So this is a picture from 2013-2014 NCAA. If I were to create a self-evaluation form, this would be some of the areas I would take a look at and grade myself and have my grade mentor me. And underneath the comments, I would go call by call, including the no calls, of how I felt I did, correct, incorrect. And then when I sit down with the mentor, compare what they have to say. So crew evaluation. First, you have to remember what you talked about as a crew before the game. So in a few minutes, we're going to be taking a look at a high school game that was worked here, and with allowance of the crew, we're going to take a look at about 12 plays. And we're going to evaluate ourselves. Did we do what we wanted to do in pregame? So the first one was cadence whistles. And what we mean by is don't blow the whistle at the time the contact happens. Wait, see what the result of the contact is before we blow our whistle on it. The next one is single whistles. We didn't want a lot of plays where two officials are blowing their whistles at the same exact time. So we want to give primary official the first shot, and then the secondary official, if it's a foul everybody in the gym sees, get in there with a late whistle. So I know there's a lot of officials out there says, don't go fishing in my pond. And I 100% disagree with that philosophy on 100% fouls. If it is a foul that everybody in the gym sees except myself, I want to have partners to step up and get those fouls correct. Now with that being said, 50-50 fouls. So sometimes we would call it a foul, sometimes we wouldn't call it a foul. That's where I'm asking my partners to have trust in me and to stay off those 50-50 fouls. The next thing we talked about was the types of plays. Because we focused on primary coverage area on previous training tapes, so we just wanted to review when we're in transition. Primary calling official is this person when they're in this court location. And that changes, which we'll take a look at here on a play. Press, trail, stay, trail. Center official, you have plays all the way across the court because you have the best look through when that ball is even with you. Even at half court on the other side of the court, you have the best look because the trail stays trail. And lead official, you have all the players running down the court. Typically, the first 2 to 4 players inside the lane is yours. And then once we settle in half court offense, yes, lead official half the lane to the three-point arc. Trail official outside the three-point arc. And the center official, you have the other half of the lane up to the division line, 60-40 on top. So that's what our crew talked about. Now we're going to use game film to see how well we did on accomplishing those goals. When I break down a crew evaluation, I literally go possession by possession. Look for positioning, purposeful movement, call accuracy, signals after we blow the whistle, and then dead ball officiating. Self-evaluation. I'm going to look at my foul accuracy. So the times I blew my whistle, was I correct? It goes back to that verbiage. We're not going to call every single foul that we see, but we have to see every foul that we called. All right, so I'm not going to say as an official I have to get every call correct. Our no calls, that's not what I'm looking at. I am looking at the time I chose to blow my whistle. Was I correct? Violation accuracy. Again, it's not how many violations did I miss. No. When I called a violation, was it accurate? When we put ear on the whistle, our accuracy has to be very high as a sports official because those are the things that change a game. Send people to the free throw line, get an inbounds play, take possession away from a team, we have to get these right. Our note calls is what we learn on. Hey, I missed that. Was it my movement? Was it my positioning? Was it not my call? Did I not get my eyes into that area quick enough? But the self-evaluation when it comes to accuracy, I am breaking down when I chose to blow the whistle, was it correct? Body language, what messages am I sending off to my partners, coaches, players? Am I getting positive feedback back? All right, so how I stand, how close I stand, facial expressions, arm gestures. Is it professional? Is it clear? Is it sending the correct messages or incorrect messages? And then once I do that, I've already organized the time. It usually does take 2 hours to sit down with a mentor, somebody that you trust, that their guidance, they have a lot of knowledge. And I'm taking my notes that I had from my crew evaluation, my self-evaluation. I am letting my mentor watch the entire game with me. And when I get to a note, I'm letting them make their own judgment, their own grade, so to speak, before I share what I thought. All right, because I want to hear my mentor's perspective of what they thought was correct, incorrect, improvement, and outstanding before I share what I had with more knowledge on the court, in the game, and watching the film. So with no further ado, let's get to the game film. So we're not going to go the whole entire game here on this training tape, but I do want to go possession by possession on, believe it's 11 possessions for the game, and breaking down altogether the crew and myself. So this is the first judgment call of the game. Offense and initiated contact and a score. All right, so now in the game, I will tell you whether I had agreed with that call or disagreed with that call. It's a 50-50 call. Primary coverage official was a lead official. We let the lead official go with it. Okay. Now I'm also processing if I have a similar offensive initiated contact. Now that I'm the new lead, I have to match up that judgment. It's sort of talking about we know what is always going on in our areas, primary coverage areas, but we also have to understand what is going on in other areas. So that's how I would have broken down that possession. All right, everyone's in position. There is one person on a 50-50 call to make the call. Incidental contact, offensive initiated, did not put the defense at a disadvantage large enough to call a foul. Possession number 2. Why did that lead official not rotate? It was a one-on-one matchup. Correct, no rotation. If it's a one-on-one matchup, that center official can make that one-on-one judgment call. And now, going the other way, signal, block. All right. So now we have 2 officials blowing the whistle. So one of our goals was in the pregame was to allow the primary official to have first shot at it. And if it's a 100% foul, now come in late. All right. I think we could all agree that this is a 100% foul. Now the question is it block or charge? So now let's take a look at the self-evaluation and call accuracy. So call accuracy, we have airborne shooter, defender, 2 feet on the ground facing the opponent, but he slides underneath the shooter. This is a block foul when we slow it down in motion. All right, so now crew evaluation. The primary calling official on this, because it is a fast break transition and the lead official is not at the baseline yet. Had this lead official been to the baseline, lead official, you're primary. But he is not. He is now the secondary official. So the primary calling official is the center official. This is the importance of pregame, of talking about these situations. All right, so now as a crew evaluation, we did not succeed our goal. We have 2 whistles, all right? However, we do let the primary calling official have the mechanic and report the foul. All right, so at halftime, we actually talked about this play. All right, we had 3 or 4 plays where we had double whistles. We had 1 play where we have 3 whistles. If you're not the primary calling official, slow down. Be late. So crew evaluation, negative. Self-evaluation, accuracy of foul call, positive. Dead ball officiating. All 3 officials are keeping their eyes on the player, and we're closing down on 10 players. That's a positive. Good job on dead ball officiating. Good job on call accuracy. Okay, possession number 4, trail official. Good job staying trail. Center official, good job staying back and helping on the press. Center official, why are you moving so much here? You have to move with a purpose. Continue to move to put yourself in the best position to see the contact. So center official, you have to be the strongest official on the court. So if you have cement feet, you're not working to get the angle on contact calls. Now let's go back. This is a 50-50. Offensive initiated contact, defensive initiated contact moving forward. This is not a 100% foul situation. Original, we have going for the basketball reach. Incidental, offense was able to catch it cleanly. Contact. In that calling official's judgment, the offensive player initiated it on a legal defender, not enough to call a charge, and the defense in that official's judgment did not initiate that contact. So again, we now need to be aware there's 2 plays in this game. Offensive initiated contact, no calls. We are processing that as a crew. Next possession. All right, we have this screen. Who's the calling official on this screen? Center official is watching this defender. All right. Trail official is going to be helping here. The lead official can be helping here. This is what we call trouble area. All right. So you might have plays where all 3 officials are viewing this screen. 50-50 call. Does the offense initiated it? Maybe, but is it big enough? This crew says no because we have a switch. The defenders switched. So that screen, that contact, is now not affecting normal basketball movement as the defense was allowed to continue to defend. Now the next one is post play. All right. Did we miss this hold in the post? If so, why? All right. So crew evaluation. If our eyes are looking across as a lead official, which they are right now, start your rotation. If you don't finish it and there's a turnover, a quick shot, you could always go back. All right. But with no rotation here, center official is keeping their eyes on this matchup. Even though it's in the center official zone, the center official misses it because they are watching the ball. So this would be a correct call hold. It's a no call. And now as a crew evaluation, I would encourage the lead official to come across knowing that there's 2 matchups on the center side. Let's split the difference. Good job as a crew. Trail official, you stayed below that. You saw that shooter all the way up, all the way down after a made shot. Both officials mirror now. That 3-point shot is good. Trail official stayed trail. Center official pausing just a little bit to make sure there's no illegal initial contact on a quick steal or on a quick trap. All right, breaking down the next possession. Why do we have a rotation here? The ball settles on the opposite side of the court, and now it's not a one-on-one matchup. We actually have one-on-one here, but now we have two other potential matchups. So this is a good rotation compared to earlier when it was a one-on-one the whole entire time. So rotation, I would put this as a plus for the Crew. Now we're going to have a judgment call. Verticality, out of bounds. We have a one-on-one matchup. We have a primary calling official, and we have Crew trust of allowing that official to use their judgment of foul or no foul. So Crew goal before the game, one primary calling official, not an obvious foul, a plus for the Crew. Now the self-evaluation. Did we get this call correct? We have a legal guarding defender. What causes both arms to come down? It is actually the offense jumping in to the defense as that defense started straight up. And then after the offense went into the defense, the natural reaction is those two arms coming down at the same time. So learning tip, if I'm with a mentor, let's say I got this incorrect, I would ask that mentor, hey Sean, what caused both arms to come down at the same time? Because you're going to learn watching film, when the offense goes into the chest, the natural reaction is both arms coming down. So we use film. If I only see one arm coming down, that's not natural. Both arms coming down, natural movement caused with the offensive initiated contact. All right, so now dead ball officiating signals. We had one official blow the whistle. We had right arm go up, right arm point the direction, black ball, and we have the spot where it's going to be inbounded. All right, so a lot of positives here on this possession. All right, so next possession. Started to go across, didn't go across. Now going across to help out the center, now trail official. All right, so good job from a Crew standpoint of positioning, of putting people in the right spot to make rulings on plays. Now call accuracy. Did we get this right? This is an automatic. Two hands on a ball handler, a dribbler, all right, is going to be a foul. Hand check, two hands on the dribbler. All right. Crew goal, one whistle. Even though it's in the lap of the lead official, it started in that what was the C and now trail. So we're going to give that official the first shot. Had that official not called it and it got further without a whistle, since it is a 100% foul, it would have been acceptable for that new lead to come in late with a foul as a really slow late whistle. Good call, single official making the call, and it's the primary calling official. So that's a plus and a plus in those categories. This is now just a review on inbounds. We want to hold on just a little bit. Partner was talking to the coach. So now this is body language. If you're administering a throw-in and your partner is doing a brief conversation with the coach, coach is probably asking, what did the defender do? Give them that 1 or 2 seconds to explain that, to help educate that coach. So slow down there. Inbounds, 2 chops because it's in the front court. So whenever we have a front court baseline out of bounds, the lead and the trail will chop. So when it comes to signals, I would give a plus on the signals. Dead ball officiating, I would put a negative, as that inbounding official should have waited a couple more seconds to make sure his partner was completely ready. Next possession we're going to take a look at here is again the consistency as a Crew with the offensive initiated contact. 22 goes forward, goes backwards, and then the defense right here gets back to legal guarding position. 22 initiates that contact. All that contact was on the offense. After the contact, was the offensive player at a disadvantage? Yes, but that disadvantage was caused by themselves. All right, so again, it's the same primary calling official, 50-50 judgment, letting that one official take it. Crew evaluation, good job, offensive initiated contact, choosing the decision of no call. Next possession here, we're going to take a look at 100% foul. Shot fake, lands on the shooter. This is an easy one that all three officials want to get a correct call. But a crew did a great job of understanding who's the primary official. Clearly outside the lane on the center side, let's have the primary calling official have a shot at that foul. The importance of this, there's actually judgment on this play. And the judgment is, are they in the act of shooting? So we have a shot fake. Gets the defense off their feet into the air. The habitual motion to now start a jump shot is now, what does this player do at this moment? Since this player started to go back upwards, the judgment is act of shooting, 2 shots. If we have 2 officials calling on this, maybe even 3, we might have different judgment on the act of shooting. When we only have one official doing it, that one official is going to live and die with that judgment, explain to that coach what the judgment was. Now post-game, I as the calling official, I'm going to say I had the habitual act of shooting because I had the ball going upwards towards the basket when the defense landed. Now my mentor could give me more feedback of what are different philosophies on this call to develop a higher understanding of what is the act of shooting, what is not the act of shooting. I will say this, officials, never say no shot on the floor. Every shot starts on the floor. Shooters start a layup, a dunk, a jump shot on the floor. All right, so that's the big thing I would say as a mentor. In the act of shooting, ball was going upwards when contact was made. Next possession here, we have a foul, which is going to be 100% foul. The importance of only one official calling it. The judgment here is, where is the next inbound spot? Clearly signaled by the calling official, baseline. All right, again, 100% easy foul. A reason why you only want one official calling it, to avoid those judgment situations. Because if 2 officials did call that, one's pointing sideline, one pointing baseline, that's when confusion could take place. So regardless of the judgment, when we have one official calling it, we only have one judgment, one clear signal. So now evaluation, call accuracy, yes. Mechanic signals, foul, the type of foul, yes. Dead ball officiating, pointing where the ball is going to next be inbounded, and the partner's now setting up the players, plus. So good job in all areas of evaluation on this play. We're going to take a look at the end of the quarter situations here now. All right, so we're underneath 1 minute. Did we have crew communication that there's 1 minute left? If not, we're going to put that in the crew feedback. Importance of signals here. All right. Body language. Trail official, it's okay to completely turn your body to this matchup. Because now the center official knows, even if it comes to his side of the court, since it's starting in your area, you're going to keep that matchup all the way because of the signal you are giving right now, 5-second closely guarded. So now this is telling the defense, the 5-second closely guarded is over. Good body language right there. I am staying engaged as a trail official. I have this matchup. I have the judgment on 5-second closely guarded. I have the judgment on when that 6 feet is not met, so that 5 seconds stops. Very important body language and signals here at the end of the quarter. New 5 seconds. And it's the same official doing that judgment. You might be thinking, what the heck's going on here? They were just closely guarding, and now they're all over this player. Game awareness. Fouls are 3-3. All right, so the defense essentially has a free foul because they know if they foul, they're not going to the free throw line as a penalty. All right? So they might push the envelope a little bit because they have a free foul to give. Yes, the foul was close to the division line. New rule this year, 28-foot designated spot. So crew, communication, body language, good. Look at that. Another verticality play, no call. Good crew consistency. There's the one last second shot communication, game awareness, a free foul to give. All right. Similar situation, similar contact, similar result. So good job. Hand check, 28-foot line. Mechanics, dead ball officiating. By mechanics manual book, call an official stay stable side. But let's take a look at our body language. I have a crewmate engaged in a conversation with a coach. I have a crewmate, what I feel is positive body language conversation with the coach, so he's not in trouble. So I'm not going to pull that partner away from that conversation, as the body language shown from the officials is good, is mutual. So I'm trusting my partner that that conversation is important, and we're going to let them finish it. That's why there was no switch of officiating there. So a plus in game management in that situation. So as we play this out, did we communicate who has last second shot? In our pregame, did we communicate how are we going to handle last second shot when there's a quick rebound, a quick turnover? All right, because what we want to avoid, rebound, turnover, shot goes up late, and we have the center official blowing it dead. All right, if I had the sound on, you will clearly hear that ball is not released until the horn. So this was an easy one. All right, but I am going to put a negative on crew communication of who has shot responsibility, originally the trail, and I'm going to put a negative on pregame conversation. We did not clearly talk how are we going to handle last second shot after a quick rebound or quick turnover. Are we going to go by book rule, the new trail, or are we going to keep it the old trail until that ball crosses half court? Either way can work, but that's the importance of pregame, to get the officials on the same page. As we conclude this training tape, as always, I'd like to thank all the subscribers for subscribing. I'd like to thank you taking time out to listen to this training tape. If there is a topic, if there are certain rules that you want us to cover in the 2024 season, please leave a comment. Reach out to us at psoa@premiersportsofficials.com, and we will include it in the future training tapes. Remember, as we get time through this holiday season, find one game, self-evaluate yourself, send notes to your crew, find a mentor, find 2 hours to meet for a meal, and bring notes of what you self-evaluated yourself on. Your call accuracy of foul, your call accuracy of violation. Have them give you the feedback, the quote-unquote grade, and compare. And really push yourself to be humble, to be open, and to view plays and situations from a different perspective. The more we do this, the more we're going to grow as a sports official community, the better services we're going to provide the coaches, players, and fans, and the less unsporting behavior we are going to experience and have. Until next time, officials, remember, you're only as good as your last call.